Hello, welcome to Bearded Heretics YouTube. I need to check the sound. Can you all hear me? Hello. Cool. Okay, well, I think my audio is up. Just let me know in the chat if you can hear me because it would be a great help. I've got the stream. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, MathPig. Hello, MathPig. Hello, Dave. And anyone else that's going to be watching. So I'm doing my first live. I'm a bit nervous that things are gonna go absolutely wrong. So please bear with me in the way. It's not porn, Math Pig. This is a photo I took. So today's going to be an interesting one because I need to be editing photos. I love photography. It's a passion of mine. I have an Instagram account. I'm not going to be sharing that here. So if you want if you want to know what my Instagram account is, then please send me a message and I'll give it to you if I know you, because I don't want to necessarily link my kind of personal life and YouTube too much. Hi Philip, nice to see you. So yeah, if you want to see my Instagram, then feel free to ask for it, and I will probably give it to you. I just don't want to be giving it out on a stream. But this is a photo I've taken, and I'm going to be editing it whilst discussing complacency and complicitness, or complicity. I don't know what the right phrasing is, so I'm going to probably ban between the both, ban between the two of them. Um, so the types of photos I edit, let me just show you quickly. Where are they? So this is the kind of thing I'm going for today. So we got this kind of thing, this kind of spacey look. That's what I'm interested in, and this kind of thing. Yeah. So those are the things that I'm going to be. This is hopefully how this photo is going to end up looking. So I am probably not going to go into too much detail around like what I'm doing on the screen, because I want to talk about this complacency and space witch. One of those is my partner, so be careful what you say, Math Pig. But yeah, essentially Space Witch vibes. I just like the style. I'm thinking of getting them printed onto t-shirts. And obviously, like, as Craig Reed, Dave, shut up. It's Craig Reed said, I'm the purple guy. My thing is a spacey kind of look as well. So that's kind of like aesthetic I like. So that's kind of what we're going to be going for. So, Dave, I will. What is your question? So I'm just going to start editing and then. So yeah, I'm just going to start editing and then chat. I'm crap at multitasking, so this might be the worst idea possible. But let's go with it. And I don't know how long it's going to take because I'll just go until the photos finish, basically. So, come in, chat. I'll answer any of your questions. If you've got questions and stuff, then I'll answer them. So yeah. This photo is fine. It's not the best photo. As you can see, the eyes are not in focus, and that's a problem. But for the types of photo that I'm using, this is actually quite good, because usually I either edit the eyes or they're not the main focus of the actual the photo. So so that's going to be the yeah. So this photo is fine for what I need it for, essentially. And I kind of do this ad hoc. I don't usually have an image in my head at the end. I have like a vibe, and I kind of go towards the vibe. So that's going to be how I do this. So if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, then please do let me know. But the real reason for this stream is to discuss complacency and complicitness. And I guess the reason for this is because I've seen a lot of people at the moment coming out and being kind of criticizing specifically the atheist community of Austin. And what's happening, it seems to me, is that they're being kind of ostracized for it. They're kind of being told, you can't criticize us. That's not okay. And I have issues with that because I think that everyone that kind of has a public platform, well, anyone should be criticized, especially non-profits, especially organizations that are delivering a service. There should be scrutiny. There should be external and internal scrutiny. It's very important. And I guess something that seems to be happening as well is that there's a lot of bad practice that's happening and it's kind of being overlooked. And I want to kind of discuss, there's people in there that might think, okay, we can overlook this bad practice. Yeah, absolutely. It deserves criticism, but not ostracized. So, I appreciate the ACA's mission, right? And I appreciate what they're doing, and I think that um, they're actually serving a really good purpose. But it's about how that happens, right? It's about whether they are fulfilling their purpose in the first place, or whether they are actually having a detriment to their purpose. That's kind of a bigger conversation. Sorry, I am really bad at multitasking, and I should have thought about this before I did this. Oh, I like this color. Go back to this. And I've also completely lost my train of thought. I don't need split toning. So yeah, so what needs to happen is that there needs to be criticism, public criticism, that's justified and fair, and I don't think we're getting that. I think what's happening is that we're getting a lot of criticism that is being limited. It's being limited and kind of shunned. Like people are being told to stop criticizing them, and they're not being given a fair crack at it. Dave, you're so distracting. Oh my god. I'm trying to do two things already, and then there's a third thing. But carry on, because it is funny. So essentially, if there's bad practice, and I'm going to generalize this because I think that it's not fair for me. I don't know what's going on at the ACA, and this isn't a criticism of the ACA specifically. It's more of a criticism of the well, it's not even a criticism. It's a an idea that I want people to take on board a little bit, because I think that it's very easy say, oh, I've got this mission, which is to help atheists and to make sure atheism is being improved in the space and discussion. Very easy to say I have that mission, and therefore any bad practice that I observe, I'm gonna overlook. So these are actually photos I've taken, by the way, which I'm really happy with. They're long exposure photos. I think this is probably the best one. But they're pretty cool. You got the Big Dipper here, and that's not that these aren't lightened up. These are This is just how the stars came out in the long exposure. I mean, the image is brightened up. That's why there's so much grain. But this is just how it came out. So it shows how bright these stars actually are. But then there's all these stars, and if you live in any kind of city, this is not what you see. But the sky's peppered with stars. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, sorry, that was a distraction. Yeah, we'll have the light coming from. So this is a consideration for anybody who is at the ACA and may watch this, right? And I think maybe I need to link ACA in the title to get people from the ACA to watch, but I don't want this to be this isn't a bashing of the ACA. This is just a consideration for the people that kind of work or exist in it. And that consideration is this. If you are working for an organization and you witness bad practice, you are complicit in that bad practice. If you don't say anything, if you don't speak up, if you're seeing things that make you feel uncomfortable and you don't speak up about it, then you are complicit in that. And I don't think that's a controversial thing to say, because it's the same thing in every other kind of industry. You know, if we think back to like the situation with George Floyd, for instance, then the police officers that were around Derek Chauvin when he was kneeling on George Floyd's neck didn't kneel on didn't kneel on George Floyd's neck. They weren't the ones that were doing that, but they allowed it to happen. Yeah, they're complicit. They're complicit in that death. And I'm not saying anything that the ACA has done is as serious as that, but there is bad practice going on, and if you're not addressing it, then you are kind of allowing it to happen, and you're complicit in it. So if you see bullying, if you see people acting like complete twats and treating other people like crap, then you're automatically part of that issue. Yeah, and you are someone who needs to think about maybe whether you need to call it out, because the only way that we're going to become better is if we start to call out stuff in our own communities, right? If I saw someone doing something crap, I would call it out. And I don't know about you guys, but I think that that's expected of me. It's a responsibility I have as part of that community, is to say, okay, they're not acting in a way that is conducive to my values or the values I think this organization have, and that's problematic. Because it is problematic. It is something that shouldn't be happening. You know, people shouldn't go to a voluntary work and expect or consider that, you know, them being harassed or bullied or whatever's happening. I mean, I'm not going to make any claims about what's happening. It's just speculation, but it does seem to be something that is coming up a lot, and people are speaking out about it, and then they're being silenced by that group. They're being taken off, like they're not being discussed anymore. They're kind of being shunned, which is something that is massively criticized of like the Jehovah's Witness like religion, where they shun people who are ex-members and they don't talk to them. And I'm not saying it happens as much as this, but it's something to consider, you know, that's what's happening, and that's how these people are feeling. Now, the problem is that the people who volunteer for the ACA have usually come from like backgrounds where just don't know what to do with this image, where they've been religious themselves, right? And that means that they put the mission above everything else, which is fine. Like I'm okay with that as Jupiter. It's a light coming. Oh, the light's coming from straight in front of her. So let's small. So what they're doing is they're essentially saying, you know, the mission is the most important thing. And what that means is that they're then kind of saying, okay, well, if there is bullshit happening, if there is bad practice happening, this is annoying. They're just going to allow it. Change the feathering. Hello, Joe. How you doing? This is actually quite difficult. You got to do it like, no, it's too high. Too high and not what? Oh, what did I do? Oh, I accidentally pressed. I won't save it yet. Oh, God. Okay, that will do. I think it's feathered anyway, so rasterize it. How's that? Yeah, that's good. Math, or is it meth? Meth pig? Oh, God. Joe, that sounds like the best way. So the only way I could get Ivy to sleep was dancing around the living room to System of a Down. She's been this way since a baby, really. That's amazing. That bodes well. um. So yeah. So I can't remember what I was saying, but basically, you know, if even if you do your job perfectly well, you're not complacent in your job. And complacency is something else to discuss, you know, where we kind of allow ourselves to kind of get comfortable and not change anything. And I think that, you know, that's probably a consideration as well for the ACA, is that they're comfortable at the moment. As a organization, they are comfortable and they don't want to move forwards. They're happy with where they are at, and they don't want to rock the boat in any way, right? So that's, you can be complacent as an individual or as a organization. And I think that complacency is more about like kind of having like a discomfort and an unknowing, rather than it being like kind of anything conscious. So you're kind of just comfortable and that's it really. But complicitness is kind of worse because it's, you're observing bad practice and you're aware of it, but you're not doing anything about it. And we see this in, you know, this is like, if we think about some of the big kind of like care homes that have been shut down, like Walton Hall and Winterbourne View. We see that. We see complacency turning into complicitness. Yeah, so we see that there are people who are complacent, but then they become complicit. They become complicit in the abuse, and it's not okay. It's not okay for people to um, to witness a potentially abusive behavior and just kind of brush it off because they don't want to deal with it, or they think that there's something that's better, something that's more important than that, um, abuse. Because abuse is bad no matter who's doing it or who, uh, who abuse is bad no matter who's doing it or who the person receiving it is, right? You know, it's not worse if it's like I don't know what I'm trying to say, to be honest. I'm distracted by the Yoda speak in the chat. um, where's this like? So I had like a setup already. I think I'm gonna have to redo it because I don't think it's gone. There's this thing that you can do basically where you plot like steps, so you don't have to like. For instance, I want to do some contrasting and stuff on her face. And the steps there to do that, but I'm gonna have to do it from scratch, which is a pain. Yes, that's exactly it. If your friend is beating their wife, you have an obligation to the wife, not your friend. Yeah, absolutely. Right. That there's, you know, if you're aware of something bad going on, you cannot sit by and do that. Otherwise, you are part of that abuse. You're part of that process. Yeah, and it doesn't matter like if you think, oh, but I'm doing good elsewhere. If you're kind of allowing that to occur, if you're saying this is acceptable behavior, well, that's essentially what you're saying. You're saying this is acceptable behavior by not um, kind of doing anything about it, right? And that's really problematic. Screen. Oh god. Okay. I'm surprised my computer's doing so well, to be honest. I thought it would be dying right now, but it's actually doing kind of good. Need to rasterize it. Oh, we rasterized it. Hey Nerdy, thank you for joining. Dave, don't steal all my limelight. I know you. This is a bit strong. So the consideration for anyone who is from any organization that is got a mission, and I want people, especially from the ACA, to consider this, to consider uh, their thoughts on this, because it's important. If you are witnessing abusive behavior or potentially bullying behavior, or you are seeing things that that you find concerning or worrying, then you need to begin to call it out. Yeah, you need to begin to say that's not okay. I'm not okay with this. Yeah. If you are seeing stuff that you don't like, that you think is abusive or bullying or inappropriate or unprofessional behavior, you should not leave it just because you think that there is a greater good that you're serving, because it will come back and it will bite your ass. Because that stuff always comes back. You know, and I don't know what's going on internally in the ACA. You know, I only have a few people's kind of testimonies to go off of, but I think that it's very clear to me that there's something up. There's something not quite right there. And I think that I don't think it's all speculation, and I don't think it's all hearsay or drama um, or anything like that. I think it's genuine, and I think we need to listen to it. And I think if you are a part of that and you're aware of it and you don't disagree with it, you're the one that needs to call it out. You need to say something. And if there's a risk to you, then that's even further problematic, and you need to call that out even more. Because if you're worried about, oh, but what if I lose my job, or what if I lose my volunteer position, or what if I'm shunned, then clearly there's an issue. There's a poem, and I cannot for the life of me remember the author of it. I might just quickly look it up actually, but it's really great. Like, um, is it this one? Oh no, I know you can't see what I'm doing. But essentially, the poem's about it's set in like a I can't remember the poem. If anyone remembers it, I'm going to describe it. If anyone remembers it, then please let me know. Um, but it's about basically, I think it's set in Africa, and it talks about the government or like some people coming in. It's like first they came for the uh, um, the heretics or something. Like I don't remember exactly who it says, but first they come from them. But it was none of my business, so I didn't say anything. Then they came for the, I don't know, the gays or something like that, but it was none of my business, so I didn't say anything. And then um, the kind of last paragraph of this poem is about, and then they came for me, and it was my business, but nobody helped me out. We have to help each other out in those situations, because you could easily be put into the same position as those people who have left and who have been shunned and who have kind of left on bad terms, right? That could easily be you if you're part of an organization. You need to make sure that you're in a position where your integrity is absolutely solid. Um, because that's it at the end of the day. It's about integrity. What are your values? Do you think, looking at the behavior uh, that you're seeing, do you think that that's okay? Does it sit well with you? Is it something that you value? Would you accept it if it was someone else? If the answer to these questions is no, then you need to say something, because it's not okay. It's one of the great underlying questions of the trolley problem. Does not switching the lever make you complicit in the death of the five people, or does it free you from moral responsibility? That's a good way of putting it, Dave. Yeah. And that is the question. But I would say, if I would say that you are, if you are complicit, if someone else decides to switch the lever and kill um five people, for instance, then you are complicit in that. It might be that nerdy rodent, yeah. Dave says, I think something else can be brought up here too. By not taking a stand or allowing yourself to be pushed out without speaking up afterwards, then those spots will be filled, and then people are okay with the support, and toxic behavior making it worse. Oh my goodness, thank you, Maths. Thank you, Math Pig. Am I really? This could be my celebration for 100 subscriptions. Then, couldn't it? I suppose. um, excellent. Um, so yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's, if you come out, if you get pushed out and then you don't speak up, and then that void is filled, then those people are, in the same position, and it's always the case that uh, people aren't gonna um if people aren't going to speak out, you're actually allowing people to fill that position and then get treated the same way. Um, and that it's a real conflict. I'm not saying this is going to be an easy task. Like, whistleblowing is tough. It's just tough because I'm gonna put another planet in because I feel like it. Should I put in Saturn? Uh oh, I just opened the picture. Oh no. This is gonna break my computer. Right, I need to flip it because there's light in. Oh no, I guess if it's even on her face, then small though. I think this is coming along quite nicely, to be honest with you. Need this selection tool. Oh, look at that grain though. Do something about that. Hey, look, Mac has served me well. I can't complain. Leave me alone. This computer is quite old, and it's really good for things like Photoshop. Oh god, except for when it does that. But I hate this so much. This isn't the Mac's fault. This is Photoshop's fault. You know, I'm selecting everything when I'm not. I think there's a lot of people. Hey, look, Apple weren't always evil. But this is even like the thing, right? So let's if we're gonna talk about evil, we got to talk about uh the meat industry, right? So I mean, I'm a pescatarian. What the hell? This shouldn't. This is odd. There's just nothing there. Oh, okay. There's just nothing there. So take the opacity. What the hell? Why has it done that? Oh, that's why. Oh my god. Oh no, this doesn't look good. Okay. I'm gonna have to do. so, so I'm a pescatarian. Oh yeah, I was talking about the meat industry. I get so distracted. Oh my god. This was a actually if I do screen and then increase this to 100. There we go. That's what I needed. Needed it to look like that. But I think I'm gonna take it down slightly. And I'm gonna have to like remove these stars because they're peeking through. It's not ideal. Okay. Rasterize it then. How's that look? I think that looks good. I don't know any fish puns, but there's a funny joke that my dad says he made up, but who knows if he did or not. And it goes, so there's like a thing that says like one man's oh, don't want to move that. One man's meat is another man's poison. Uh, whereas my dad would say one man's fish is another man's poisson. I thought that was funny. Oh, let me move the layer I want to move. God damn it. Okay, let's move that out of the way. Oh, okay. Okay. It's not going to play ball at all. I want it to look. I want it to kind of. It's just not aesthetic at the moment, is it? I like the. I think Luke's forgotten the purpose of this stream. Oh, Dave, I haven't bought a Mac in ages, and I don't have an Apple phone anymore. And I'll probably buy a PC next when I have the dollars. Um, right, I need to do. So there was a situation with Matt Dillahunty and Cosmic Skeptic, where Cosmic Skeptic was um basically asking well, talking to Matt Dillahunty about his meat eating, and Matt Dillahunty ended up blocking Cosmic Skeptic because he was disagreeing with him, and he um, obviously didn't enjoy kind of someone. This is too strong. Showing him up, and there was no. I don't think there was anything that Cosmic Skeptic is great. I think he's great. He's always really uh professional, and he's always really kind and sensible, and he makes a lot of sense. And I don't think he said anything that was really outrageous. Um, but then this is the kind of point. It's not just about shunning insiders; it's about shunning outsiders, people that don't agree with you. And I think that there's been a real feeling that that's been kind of been the process. That's been what's happening. Um, and especially with like people who have a different definition of atheism. Like I think that um like Steve McRae, right? Steve McRae has his issues. He can be a bit of a dick, and I don't think he'd hate me for saying that. But he understands the definition aspect of stuff. Um, and I think that that's a big reason why he's been blocked by Matt, because he doesn't want that version of um the definition to be discussed in a lot of ways. And I may be wrong. I haven't been watching this space for as long as other people have, but that's just the vibe I get. Is that there's just um a shutdown of the conversation, a shutdown of the dialogue. Are we talking computers? I don't know. I don't know. How's that done with the fine? Guess I can blur it a little bit. Okay. Question for the chat. Should I give her glowing eyes or not? I'm wondering if I should make her see-through, like celestial see-through. Did that before. Oh, it doesn't really work here. Oh, no, I don't want it. What is this? You don't think she needs to look see-through? Oh no, you don't think she needs glowing eyes. That's fair. These planets are like ridiculously close, aren't they? Like if you thought about this, if this was actually space, these would be very close planets. I might make this one smaller. Oh god, I don't want it where it is though. Just let me move the thing I'm clicking on. But they are coming out of our armpits. What are you talking about? This is how we're going. On. I want some more smoke here, I think, because her arm just kind of just disappears. So sometimes I do go with smoke. Bill, there's nothing wrong with a giant space lady. Goodness. So that's basically it. And it's a consideration. And I think that, you know, if you're watching this and you're part of an organization, it's worth just thinking about these things. It doesn't matter what organization you're part of. It's really kind of not relevant at all, because it's relevant to every organization. That, you know, if there's stuff that you're not fond of, if there's stuff that is making you feel uncomfortable, then you have an obligation to speak out about it. That's it. And I think that if you're not speaking out about it, then you are complicit in the behavior. You are saying this behavior is acceptable to a certain extent. And it's worth considering that if you later want to kind of come out and say, look, this did actually make me feel uncomfortable, because people will be like, then where were you when I actually needed you? Yeah, where were you when I was saying this stuff? So that's basically that part. Does I am up for just like answering questions now, because I think that I probably have spoken like loads on it, and I don't need to discuss it anymore. Um, oh God, Dave, don't. Morality is completely subjective, so you only have the moral obligations you believe you have. No, it's not, and you know that. You are trolling me, and I don't appreciate it. This was actually really hard to do. I think next time I'm not gonna. Well, maybe I will, because I don't know. Should I in the future edit photos, and talk at the same time, or should I pick one or the other? Try. Oh, Joe, I love that. Thank you for that. Awesome. This whole thing is just according to Luke. Yeah, it is. It is. It is according to Luke. Philip, why did you have to bring that here anyway? Come on, do better. Do better, Philip. um, where's this layer? That's not the layer I want. I want this one. Yeah. I don't like this color. Don't bring that stuff here. Oh my goodness. You're playing with fire. I wonder what this will look. Oh no, that will look bad. Maybe some background music. Oh, okay. Like Dave's background music. That's not a bad idea, actually. I think that could be quite relaxing. I'm not sure my computer could handle anything other than what I've already got. I'm being completely honest. Okay. I need a second screen as well because I can't open OBS without. Um. So yeah, I'll find some background music. I have There's a guy I know. It's called Decoding Tan. I recommend going to his YouTube. He does great music. Um. I'll put it in the chat. I might get him to do me a loop or something. He's very good. He makes like makeshift instruments from like scrap and then uses them to make songs and stuff. He does like Skyrim covers and stuff like that as well. Okay. I like the aesthetic of this. I think I'm gonna take the opacity down of, yeah, this one. I think it's a bit strong. Okay, it's better. Yes, I agree. Breaks the silence. Well, I have this one. Wait a second. Oh, I don't know how to. Let me add it. How do I add it? Oh my god. I'm really not good at this. Is it media source? Oh my god, what is going on? This is so slow. Well, I've broken my computer, guys. It's all broke. I don't even know where it is. Is it downloads? Oh, I can drag media into it. Why didn't you say? It's gonna be funny. This is what all of this stuff makes my computer do this. Uh, I actually don't know which one it is. We're gonna have to listen to them. I think this is it. How do I play it? It's not playing. Oh yeah, no, I only use non-copyrighted stuff. Um, it's not playing. Texas. I do not know. I'm so confused. How is this not working? Someone help. Help me. I'm not tech savvy. Whilst you guys tell me what to do, I'm going to continue this. So the next stage is to... You feel... Oh, I'm going to save it. This is so important. Guys, save your work. I'm going to save it as... Yeah. It hasn't appeared in Audio Mixer. Oh, wait, is this it, maybe? Uh... 99 is annoying. Yeah. Wait, do I need to transition? Oh, there we go. Is that playing? I'll turn it up a bit. Oh, maybe that's too loud. I can't hear it, obviously, so... Is that better? Is it good? Is the balance right between me speaking? Maybe it's a bit loud, actually. Probably needs to be quieter. There we go. Oh, we've got some vibes. I don't want to hear it. It will confuse me. Oh yeah, I need to get out of studio mode. Up a little bit more. Okay. Like there. 31.4. Cool. Where's my solid? I was supposed to get a solid. Oh, I saved it first, didn't I? Layer. New fill layer, solid color. Perfect. Well, we got vibes going now. I should have done that first, but you know what? I'm gonna remember for all the future streams. This music is the one I have on my what's it called? My other videos. Vibes. So yeah, that's it for the complacency and complicitness. So you know, I'm gonna stay on just for a bit longer, just to finish up this photo. So if you guys have any questions or anything, or any tips or tricks, any feedback for this first live video, please do let me know. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, because then I'll get to 100. But yeah, I'll probably just be talking through what I'm doing now. So obviously I've reached this point without telling you anything, which is fine. But this is just making a vignette. So you just get a solid. This is the way you do it. Oh god! Except I need to. So you just get a solid, and then you do that. That's not why. Deselect that. But yeah, so this needs to be 500 pixels. And then you just get around the edge. What's going on? There we go. And we have... That's not the best video, actually. Try again. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Right, so there we go. We have the... So obviously this is really obvious, so we want to change the thing to like overlay. Why is it doing it like this is odd. This is not. $500 pixels. Not normal. Oh, we'll get there, guys. Like, you know, I'm in no rush. Be nice to have a. Be nice to have 100, but. Oh wow! Thank you, Donna. Donna T. I appreciate it. I would be interested in your guys' thoughts on what I've discussed today as well. So if you have any thoughts or anything, then please do know. And I appreciate the 100. Thank you, Math Pig, for your efforts. It is appreciated. I would like to see Math Pig and Answers in Reason have a conversation. I think that would be awesome. God. A 12-hour charity stream? No. I refuse. This I think this planet, this one here is a bit bright, considering it's like so small. So I'm just gonna make it a bit more obscure and then a bit. I think that's better. So wait, we have a cult leader, a messiah, and a pope. That's pretty cool. Right, this is the last stage of this process. So we now want a curves stream, curves thing, and we need the nice S shape. So it pops out the colors. Yeah, so you see that the colors are now really popped, and they're bright. And then what you do is you drag this bit up and it flattens the image out a bit. See? And think. Oh, thank you, Donna. I appreciate that. Do revise for your exam though, because I mean, I am somebody who has historically crammed my revision. And done okay, but I certainly would have done better if I'd actually revised. So my advice as somebody who procrastinates would be to revise. That would be my advice. So the last thing is to save it. Now this is a bit, I save it as a JPEG. You should probably save it if you're gonna ever do this in the future. Save it as a PNG. It's just that when I upload them to Instagram, oh, bye Donna, thank you. Oh, and I appreciate that you watched the video, and that sounds like a difficult job. So Space Lady 3, and we want it to be around 8. But I'm also going to save so that I have the Photoshop file so I can edit it as much as I like. Cool. So there you go. We discussed a bit about complacency, a bit about complicitness. We learned that having some fancy tunes on in the background is better. And thank you guys for helping me figure that out. I'm sure we will be doing a similar stream soon. Thank you for joining. If there's no final questions, then I'll catch you all in a bit. I'll leave it just a few seconds and I'll just show you the other ones of these photos so that you can see the comparison. Well, let's show you the original. So this is the original. For those of you that didn't start at the start. Yeah, and my computer actually isn't dying either. Like it's settled. It's fine. This is the best it's run in a while, to be honest. So this is the original, and obviously this is the final product. So one thing I love doing is taking photos with like normal lighting and then making it colored, looking like it's got gels. So anyway, and these are the other photos I've done with this kind of style. So this is my first one. This one, there's some issues I have with it, but it's fine. I like this one a lot. So this is kind of a bit spacier. You've got this planet like looks like it's having its energy sucked and stuff. So I think this one's pretty good though. I like this planet and the way it looks. This planet. So anyway, cool. Thank you guys for joining, and I hope that you learned something and that you kind of understand where I'm coming from with this. And yeah, I might do more Photoshop chats in the future, where I'm completely distracted whilst I'm talking about nonsense. So yeah, catch you guys in a bit. Bye. I gotta shut the stream. How do I do that? There we go. Word. End.